Hello, humans, and welcome to another episode of Gen X Gamer. Merry Christmas. It's Christmas Day where I'm at in the Philippines. I had a great day at the mall. I hope you guys are doing well too. And I got a little break today. She's asleep right now. She had a great time at the mall and she finally went to bed, and we get to have our 15-20 minutes of peace on our little nap here before she wakes up, and we give her a half bath, right? That's what I have going on today, guys. And it's Christmas Day, and most people out there, they're going to be having leftovers, a great time with the family, doing all kinds of things, but not us, right? Not us. What we want is talk some more smack about Jirard. It's just the way it is. It's just a pastime. It's okay. I thank you for joining me, right? Let's just recognize it. We're some sick sons of bitches over here. I'm kidding, guys. Thank you for joining me. And I'm just doing this to pass the time, and looking at what's going on. Now, I found this channel, right? And it's a lawyer that has taken an interest in Jirard's case, a very special interest. It's called Law Understood Simply, LUS, right? And let me tell you, he's willing to go the full distance, right? He's willing to follow this case for not one, not two, but 2.5 years, basically whatever it takes until this whole thing is cleared up. Now, this guy gets in the weeds, let me tell you, not only from a law perspective, right, but also from a personal perspective. Probably I wouldn't go there, but he goes there. Some of it is legal, some of it is not. Some of it is personal, right? But you guys can go check it out. I'm not going to talk about the guy's mom or anything like that. It looks like she got scammed, and there's some maybe salacious details in that. You guys can go check them out. Not something I'm going to talk about. But what I would talk about is a couple of points that he made, and something that completely slipped my mind, and as cautious as I am of this story, and as much as I try to share experience with you guys, there's a couple of things I forget, and there's a very important thing that I forgot, and it has to do with the golf events, right? I did quite a bit of those, in the 2000s, and I'm talking about, holy crap, more than I can remember. I damaged my liver in so many ways at these golf events. We would throw them for our clients, a couple of them for charity, but they were all the same. All right, let me give you the setup. All right, let me give you the setup. Let me tell you how this rolls for those of you who are not familiar. But this is the way it goes in business, right? We throw these golf tournaments to thank our customers, right? Usually do them within industry, and it looks like this is the case here. Now, I'm not going to say, right, that they went exactly the way ours went, but I'm going to tell you, pretty much they all go the same way as far as I've ever known. And the way we did them for our clients is, a lot of our customers were fond of the sports bars around the Irvine area, right? Orange County area. So what we would do for our tournaments is we would get some of the waitresses, some of their favorite waitresses we'd get from around the area to come and bartend at our event, right? And pretty much every hole, except for the first hole where we just had food, right? And then every other hole after that, it was an open bar, just an open cart, get beers, get, whatever. We didn't have any, I don't believe we had hard alcohol until we actually had the lunch afterwards, right? But it was pretty much any kind of beer or cooler, whatever, up until you got to the 18th hole. Man, we would get hammered, talk smack, and just have a great old time. The best part? It was all expenses. All expense, right? It was all a write-off. It was amazing because we were talking business, talking about new business and all that stuff. Of course, we talked sports and everything else mixed in, but it was always a great time. It was something that our customers were always looking forward to. A lot of the guys, this is the only day they could get away from their wife, man. And since they knew they were golfing, they didn't know about the bartender girls, of course. But a great time was had by many, many years, let me tell you. And we had some unforgettable times back then, but that's usually the way they go. But when you think about those things and you think about Jirard is not a golf guy. Let me tell you that. He's not a golf guy. He doesn't seem to me like, you know, he's very strong at the back nine. But his dad probably is, right, because of his years in business, and he made this point that is pretty solid. I think that event is all his dad, maybe his family, and he was just on the periphery of that. And then the other point that he made is, when this guy was in the phone call with the fellas, he was, pretty contrite. He was, pretty much bending over. He was at their mercy. But when he came back with the response, he was a different guy, right? Maybe after the first thing that happened, he talked to his family, maybe talked to his dad, his brother, whoever it may be that's advising him, and he came back with a different attitude, right? And it looks like those people aren't, maybe media savvy, YouTube savvy, if you will. And that was just the wrong move, of course. The other thing that they spoke about is the buying power, and people have touched upon this, but let's talk real numbers, right? If I had to just throw a number off the top of my head, I would say maybe 125 to 150 grand they lost in buying power through all those years. And that's just specific buying power. If they had invested the money, right, instead of just putting it in a regular checking account or savings account, wherever the hell they had it, if they would have put it somewhere, in a money market account or just tied up in the stock market, Jesus Christ, from 2014 till now, they would have made buku bucks, right? They would have made all kinds of stuff. But we still don't know how that money was handled. I mean, that is the big elephant in the room here. His family has the wherewithal to write that kind of check, right? They have the wherewithal to write a $600,000 check. Jirard's family is not poor by any means, right? The man has several businesses. The guy's got money. They're well off to do. Jirard is not going to be hurting, even if he never made another single video ever and just quit YouTube altogether. He's not going to be out in the street, right? And this family's pretty well off. But that remains a question. How was that money handled? Because again, we haven't seen any bank statements or anything like that. So I think that moving forward, of course there's going to be guys like me, talking smack or, just giving an opinion on something that maybe he said or happened, what have you. But I think it's a very powerful resource to have an actual lawyer, right, following the case and following the things that go on, whether it's a, libel lawsuit that goes between him and, whoever's reporting on whatever happened, or, the state or the federal government coming in and investigating this entity and setting court dates and all that stuff. Definitely I'm going to be paying attention to this guy when it comes to that. But go check him out. I'm going to put a link down below to his channel. Guys, I want to thank you for stopping by. I want to thank you for spending Christmas with me talking about Jirard. And man, it's a good thing that we got a little boost, right? Another story at the end of the year, kind of fulfill that gap, right? This vacation that we're having right now to give us a little YouTube entertainment. Well, guys, I will catch you on the next one. Take care.